So, near the beginning of your book, you say knowing your purpose as a company is a way of future proofing your brand. I have to acknowledge that most companies fail to do this. What are some of the things you see companies doing instead of knowing and pursuing their purpose?
Focusing on this quarter's results. And it's such a trap because you have to focus on what's right in front of us and what's here and now and what's working and what's not working. But the generational businesses have that long-term perspective. Simon Sinek wrote the book Infinite Game, and I think he did an incredible job of articulating if we don't have a long-term focus and vision for our organizations, we're just reacting. I think it's true for our lives too. When we're just focused on like right now and this week and the hamster wheel and next week it'll be better and it'll slow down, then we find ourselves in this state where we're not really thinking about the long term of where we want to be and backing up into how am I living that out today. So focusing on right now, what's in front of us, this quarter's earnings, it can be a distraction sometimes from the bigger conversations of trends that are coming, who we need to be in the future, and how we're going to strategically get there.
Yeah, I see that a lot with businesses. And what I have determined is because a lot of businesses that I even consult with, even if they start off with, we want to do something that's going to make a difference in 5 years, and I start working with them and helping them figure out what that is, inevitably a lot of them will come back and say, oh, we're just trying to what you said. It's like it's about next quarter's earnings, which makes me think that most businesses are in survival mode. And it's hard to focus on purpose when you're so worried about survival.
It is. And so we got to do both. Because there is like, we have to survive. We have to figure out how are we going to have more revenue come in than our expenses. Like, if there is no margin, there is no mission. So we got to figure that out. And how do we carve out that time and be diligent about the time to think about what's next, what's coming, our purpose, the bigger things, because those fires are never hot compared to the ones right in front of us. But it's the urgent over important. And so if we're constantly reacting to the urgent, we're not making time for the important. So even as practical as just setting aside 2 days a month, and these 2 days a month, all my meetings, all my conversations are going to be focused on the future. What trends do I see coming? What risks could we have to react to? How are we going to respond to that? Our purpose, how are we aligned to that? The important, and then let all the other days of the month be the urgent fires running around like a chicken with our head cut off.